Hello, leading ladies. Welcome to week 8 of the 100-day coaching program. Wow, week 8 already. You've come so far. And this week, I just want to implore you to keep on going, to stay focused, to continue to let go of the things that no longer serve you, and to build those new habits and ways that are going to lead you towards the direction that you're taking your business and your lifestyle. So, have you been enjoying the journey? Have you been feeling a little overwhelmed perhaps? Or perhaps that you've learnt some things that you didn't know before. You've perhaps reinforced some knowledge you already had and recapped on that and refocused. Or perhaps you've found that you're in the wrong place and not actually doing exactly what it is you wanted to do. Or perhaps your business isn't supporting the lifestyle and the legacy that you want to be living. I hope that there has been lots of things coming up for you, that the program has continued to generate those ideas and foster a new way of thinking creatively. What I'd like to cover and talk to you about this week is really thinking about beginning and continuing with the same integrity, the same commitment, and the same passion that you started out this program. It's really easy when you get to a spot like week 8 to start to see your attention waning, to start to see a dip in your enthusiasm for a program such as this. And what I want to say is, if you're feeling that, that's completely normal and it's okay. But that's where your peers on the forums, on the Facebook groups can come in to help, can stand in and be strong for you. So call out, raise your hand if you're finding it hard to keep the passion, to keep that enthusiasm going, and we'll support you. Remember, as we've been talking over the weeks about the way your neural pathways are formed, how you go about your business, your time management and getting focused, what I want you to think about this week as well is that every tiny decision you make matters. Every small step that you take matters. And so this week we're going to get down again to some nuts and bolts, and we're going to be looking at your business blueprint. Now it sounds scary, but trust me, I've developed a program here for you that will support you no matter what your way of thinking. So whether you're a left brain or right brain thinker, whatever that is for you, I've developed some business planning models, some business blueprint models that will support you developing them in the way that works with your style. So I want you first to think about committing to something for me, and you'll see it in your curriculum pages when you download those. I want you to commit to at least one of three things, So the first one is not to miss a single piece of homework between now and the end of the program in 5 weeks' time. So you can either commit to that, or secondly, I'd like you to commit to writing down your weekly goals, writing down what you achieved or didn't achieve, and then sharing that with other members publicly, either via email or on Facebook in our forum. So that's the second thing. The third thing that you could do, or choose to do this week, is to continue to let go. Often, as I said, in order to move ahead, we have to turn around behind us and sever those things that no longer serve us. So whether it's stuff, habits, beliefs, maybe it's a program or a practice that you follow that's no longer serving you. Perhaps it's a committee you volunteer on. This is the week to start really, seriously letting go of those things that are no longer serving you. So you can either do all three of those things or just choose 1, 2, or 3. The choice is up to you. Now on to this week's curriculum. So this week we're going to be covering building your business blueprint. And in the curriculum I have some examples of what a blueprint might look like. You might or might not be familiar with the term blueprint. It's used in so many ways in business, public life, political life, all sorts of things these days. And really a blueprint is kind of like a map or a design of where you're going. So if you're going to build a house, your architect draws a blueprint. They have a map of from the ground level up to the roof of the house. What's that structure look like? Where are the hallways going to be? Where are they going to build structural walls? How much do those walls need to have in order to hold up the weight of the roof? All of those sorts of things are in a blueprint. And a business blueprint is no different. It's simply your plan for how you're going to get to where you want to go. And how detailed, how simple, how visual that plan is totally up to you. So this week I've asked you to think about which side of the brain you come from, left brain or right brain. Which sort of brain function sits most comfortably with you? And now there's no right or wrong here, and I don't want you to go beating yourself up because I wish I was more left brain but I'm right brain, or I wish I was more right brain but I'm left brain. There is no right or wrong. And what's better is for you to focus on the way that you know works for you best, because that way you're more likely to stick to the plan. You're more likely to develop the plan in the first place. You're more likely to refer to the plan. And that's what is most important here. Doesn't matter how pretty, how long, how short, how big, how small it is, just that it keeps you clear on where you're going, that it gives you some focus, and that it keeps you moving towards that focus. So in this week's curriculum, you'll see I've given you some pictures of left and right brain, and what's the difference between them. The fact that the left brain is, I guess, more analytical, more functional, it's more scientific, it's more likely to develop a plan that is a written document that processes through all of the different elements. Whereas if you're more right brain, you're probably a little more creative. You're more interested in the holistic thought of what is this business that I'm creating, as opposed to the detail. You're more likely to want to develop your business plan and your blueprint to be more visual, more creative. Either way, as I said, is totally fine. How you do it is up to you. So, in this week's curriculum, you'll see I give you many options. If you're left brain, I give you 3 different options of things that you can download, plans that you can use. Now, all of these are just templates and tools. None of them are necessarily the right way, and they're not the only way. There are thousands of tools, business templates, and things out on the internet. So if you don't find what you're looking for amongst the Leading Ladies resources, go and Google it. Go search for something that works for you. Or perhaps you've used something before and that's working really well. Fantastic. Stick to that. So if you're right brain, you'll see I've given you 3 options, as well as I've also encouraged you to include the 4th option, regardless of which option you take. And that, I'm afraid, is the cash flow and break-even calculator. And whether you choose right brain or left brain, I think both groups need to do the cash flow calculator, because it will help you get clear on the figures, know your money. When am I going to break even in my business? When am I going to see cash flow come in? Cash flow is the critical lifeblood of a business. We can be as altruistic as we like. We can want to change the world. All of that is wonderful. Here at Leading Ladies, we're all about living your legacy. But you're no good helping other people if your business isn't floating, if your business isn't making money, and it's creating stress and strain and drain for you. So doing the figures is absolutely critical. And this week I'm offering you an easy Excel spreadsheet where you can plug and play. So I hope you'll find that interesting and useful. Lastly, I wanted to just quickly show you a diagram that can help you perhaps marry the creative and the right brain with the left brain. This is one of my diagrams, my tree of life, for how my business runs. I've also done diagrams like these before that are visual and pictorial, as well as the more intense documents that have lots of writing, lots of graphs, lots of analysis and research. And I've also included the beginnings of one of my business plans for bite-sized learning, which is done as a PowerPoint basically. So for me, I like to marry a little bit of the left and the right brain together. So it's a little bit creative, a little bit visual, but it goes through the nuts and bolts. So again, remember the choice is up to you. It's time to get cracking on developing your business plan, whether that's a business plan for the remainder of this calendar year, whether it's a business plan for the next financial year, whether it's a business plan that's just for the next 3 or 6 months. All of those options are up to you. The pen is now in your hands. I hope you have a fantastic week, and please don't hesitate to ask questions via Claire or to post your thoughts, your feelings, your questions on the forum, and all of us can get in and comment and support you. This is Heidi Alexandra Pollard from Leading Ladies International, wishing you all a wonderful week 8. Bye for now.